What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Packers Report. I am your host, Joey Petersen. I'm going to get straight into it. We got some breaking news today on Twitter from a certain NFL insider that the Packers have reportedly made a serious trade offer for Micah Parsons. We're going to show you that tweet. We're going to talk a whole lot else about the possibility of adding the edge rusher, and then we're going to tell you what the trade might look like. But before that, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, okay? We're only 17 subs away to 9,500 subscribers. It's our next milestone on the road to our big milestone, which is 10,000. Need your help to get me there, okay? Daily Packers coverage, that's what you're going to get returned, all for 100% free. All you got to do, help a brother out, hit that subscribe button, and join the over 9,480 Packers fans that rock with us here at the Packers Report. So Ricky Scoops is the one who dropped it. Dropped the scoop, that is. Barking rumor. Even though I don't think he will be traded, the Packers have a very serious trade offer on the table to the Cowboys for Micah Parsons. Hashtag Go Pack Go. Hashtag Dallas Cowboys. And all I got to say is, wow. Like, this would be unbelievable if this is true. I'm going to let you guys on a little bit of an insider. We all kind of just were sitting around the bullpen. I had my headphones on. I was getting ready to come and do a totally different show today for you guys. And every single one of my coworkers was screaming, Joey, Joey, Joey. And then, of course, I got right on this. Because why wouldn't you? It's Micah Parsons. He's a guy we've talked about before, right? When he requested a trade from Dallas, we talked about it then. 43 tackles last year, 12 sacks in 13 games, 14 sacks in 17 games the year before. He's ever had less than 12 sacks in a season. And I can hardly hear a lot of you guys on the other side of this screen. You're saying, Joey, who the hell is Slick Rick Scoops? And why are you trusting him? Well, he actually has been nails over the past couple of months. He's called out a ton of big moves before they actually happen. This one, breaking. Big trade for the Dolphins. Dolphins are trading away an all-pro player. That was back on April 11th. Then a couple weeks later, it's announced that Jalen Ramsey is requesting a trade. Big move for the Steelers coming. Hashtag Steelers. Hashtag here we go. That was when they traded away George Pickens. He tweeted that out about 5 hours before anybody else had the scoop. And then the day that Aaron Rodgers announced he was signing with the Steelers, Rick can confirm Panda Watch will eventually end that Aaron Rodgers will be signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He also, with all the edge rusher extensions over the course of this offseason, he's nailed every single one of them. Now, in terms of a Micah Parsons trade to Green Bay, let's just be real. This is what I've been asking for, okay? And I'm not even saying the fact that I'm asking them to make a trade, but I just love the fact that Gutekunst is trying. That's all I've been pounding the table for since I took over this channel. We've talked Max Crosby. We've talked Trey Hendrickson. We've talked just about every edge rusher under the sun. And all I've wanted to do for Brian Gutekunst is to take it seriously. Because you look at this group, and it's a fine group, but we all know this isn't a good enough defensive line room to win a Super Bowl. Don't believe me? Look at what Philly did last year in the playoffs. Try to go back and remember that. They absolutely dominated the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl. Off 0 blitzes. Still got 26 pressures, got 6 sacks, had a 42.9 pressure percentage. Unbelievable numbers. And it wasn't just the outlier of that game. They did it all postseason long. 92 pressures, 15 sacks, a 54.4% pass rush win rate. And I hear a lot of people say, Joey, they only got those sacks. They only did that because they have such a good secondary. A pass rush win rate, that is how many of your pass rush attempts you beat your offensive lineman within 2.5 seconds. That has nothing to do with the secondary. That's basically how quick you can get to the quarterback, and they were doing it. And they won a Super Bowl because of it. And this defensive line currently, as it is constructed, with how, let's just talk about it, let's be real, mediocre this secondary is outside of Xavier McKinney, it's not a group that can win a Super Bowl. But I believe this is a team that could get there if the defensive line shores up. Because we know games are won, championships are won at the line of scrimmage. So what would it look like? Well, I consulted a lot of my coworkers, some of our lead analysts, talked to the guy who covers the Cowboys for a living. Quay Walker, Rashawn Gary, and a 2026 first-round pick for Micah Parsons. That's what everybody kind of came to terms with. I think they'd want some players. They need linebacker help. Obviously, they want an edge rusher to fill in for Micah after he's gone. And, of course, it's Micah Parsons. He's young. He's talented. One of the best edge rushers in the league. They're going to want a first-rounder for him. Now, I got to ask you guys, would you accept this trade? Micah Parsons is what you get. You lose Quay, Rashawn, and a 2026 first-rounder. Would you accept this trade? If you would, go ahead. Type A in the comments. And if you wouldn't, go ahead and give me a D for decline. Personally, I would do that. Like, for sure, not even really think twice about it. I love Rashawn Gary. And I really, really like Quay Walker. Okay, I like both of those guys. But they're not Micah Parsons. They're not. And for the first-round pick, just think about it. Hopefully this team's first rounder is at the end of the first round this year. You think you're going to get a talent like Micah Parsons at that point in the draft? And he's still so young. I'm not asking you to trade away a first rounder for TJ Watt or Trey Hendrickson, guys who are already in their 30s. No. This is for Micah Parsons, a 25-year-old who's been dominant, absolutely dominant. So yeah, I would make that trade. And to wrap this thing up, I'm just happy that Brian Gutekunst is out there trying, okay? That he's out there giving calls, making serious offers. Because it shows to me that he wants this team to win. And he believes that this roster, with a little bit more help, could compete for a Lombardi Trophy. Before we get out of here, I got to talk about the latest 2 injury updates for you before we go. Okay, Jayden Reed, as we all know, was in a walking boot. Jordan Love, as we all know as well, had a procedure on his thumb done on Tuesday. Let's start with Jayden Reed. This was the tweet that kind of made everybody freak out after the preseason game on Saturday night. Matt LaFleur said Jayden Reed, being in a walking boot, is not related to the toe injury, but when asked if he's concerned for week 1, he said he hoped, but anytime you see a guy in a boot, that's a concern. And then Reed was asked about it on Saturday and said, I don't want to be wrong about anything, so I ain't going to be the one to say. Well, if you ask me, those 2 answers to those 2 separate questions by those 2 separate individuals, like, that didn't really make me feel great about anything. The fact that Jayden Reed, I know he's, like, not fit to give medical opinions, and he's not fit to, like, actually say what his status is, but the fact that it wasn't like, yeah, I'm going to be okay, guys, just trust that. LaFleur wasn't either. Like, I wasn't feeling great. But then today, at joint practice with the Indianapolis Colts, Jayden Reed is already out of a boot. Now, he wasn't practicing, so I don't want to get you too pumped up about it, but the fact that he's already out of the boot is absolutely huge. Because we got to think of the fact we are 24 days away from the season. And while that might be closer than we've been over the last 6 months, we still got a good amount of time, right? That's 3.5 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. So the fact that he's already progressed enough to not have to wear that boot, I think is a really, really good sign, okay? And we need him back as quickly as possible because you add him to this list of already injured wide receivers. Christian Watson with that ACL. Romeo Doubs didn't practice today with a back injury. Savion Williams didn't practice today. Dontavian Wicks didn't practice today. It's like you add Jayden Reed onto that list, that's like 5 of your top 6 wide receivers that aren't practicing, that aren't healthy. And then you think of the fact that, oh yeah, you have a first-round rookie who's now just going to be on an island because there's no wide receiver help behind him. I don't want that to happen. I believe in Matthew Golden's talent. I do 100%. I'm not saying that I don't. But I think he's going to be the best version of himself as a rookie when he's surrounded by other talent in the wide receiver. So yeah, I want Jayden Reed back as quickly as possible. I think the fact that he's already out of the boot is a good sign. What's the percentage chance that you think he's back by week 1? Scale it for me in the comment section down below. Give me a 1 to 100. 100, you're saying definitely going to happen. 1, you're saying no chance at all. You let me know. Don't go anywhere because we got to get into Jordan Love and his latest injury update. We talked Jayden Reed. Now we're going to go to the quarterback. Before that, I got something you need to go to. Chatsports.com/Packers hoodie. Okay, it's super simple, super easy. I made it even more easy for you guys. I put that link in the comments section. also in the description of today's video. Chatsports.com/Packers hoodie. Get this Packers hoodie for just $44. That is an unbelievable deal. You're not going to find that anywhere else. You could do some early Christmas shopping. You could do some early birthday shopping. You could do some early Easter shopping. I don't care, but just get it as quickly as you can, because by the time Christmas rolls around, it's not going to be $44 anymore. I know you've got a dad, a brother, a son, an uncle, a cousin that would love a new Packers hoodie, and you could get them this gift for just $44. Chatsports.com/Packers hoodie. So Jordan Love was seen today at joint practice against the Indianapolis Colts. He had that soft cast. Now, it was a cast, but it is just a soft cast on that left thumb. Now, LaFleur was asked about it this morning, and he said, I wouldn't say right now, but we anticipate there will be some sort of participation next week. The surgery went well, and he's in great spirits. Now, it's about putting in the work to get the thumb rehab. This, honestly, guys, kind of feels in a sense like it's a bullet dodge. Like, this could have been so much worse, and he could have been out so much longer than he already is going to be. But the fact that, like, he's already here, and Jack, you don't need to show that. That's the wrong picture. But the fact that he's already, like, being told, you know what? He's probably going to be back next week. That's all the update we could want. That's all the update that we could need, right? Because you think of how this season starts off. That's all I care about is Jordan Love being ready by the time the season comes around. You got a gauntlet opening up. You got two teams, your first two opponents, NFC Championship last year. Then you play the Browns. They're a joke. Yeah, I get it, but it's on the road. And then you play the Dallas Cowboys, who, when Dak's healthy, they are a playoff contender every single year. So you play three teams that are most likely going to win double-digit games this year in the first 4 weeks of the season. So, yeah, I want Jordan Love back as quickly as possible. And the fact that Matt LaFleur is already saying 2 days after his surgery, yeah, we anticipate him kind of being back next week, already starting to practice a little bit. Because we still got 24 days till week 1, and that's all that cares. Take a guess for me. What do you think the Packers' record is through those first 4 weeks? I showed you the schedule. It's tough. It's a gauntlet. How do you think they do? Let me know in the comments section. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. Make sure you got me followed on socials, okay? I tweeted out that Ricky tweet before I even filmed this video. So to get the latest, quickest you can, Twitter's going to be the best way to do that. Find me at Joey Petersen8. The link to my Twitter's in the comments and description of today's video. More than anything, though, make sure you guys do me one big favor. Hit that subscribe button.